folks, welcome back for an episode of Our Journeys, and... Oh man, I want to change up the intro, but I mean, I don't want to change up the hello, I want to keep the hello, but I want to change up what comes after that just because it's starting to sound repetitive. I want to make things fresh, if nothing else for myself, but that'll have to wait. As we have joined BodyBagBeezy, the king of alliteration, the Gravedigger, now back to his skelly boy, cardbacks. He had changed that and realized he needed to get back to his roots, and so the Gravedigger has gone back to skeletons. And it looks like, first glance to the trained eye, Prophecy Battle Mage. And the little imp's going to take a little shot. And Tadkim, no doubt, running the. I mean, there's got to be a better word for it, and I certainly don't mean this as a slant to anybody who runs this kind of deck. But the only way I remember hearing about it initially is essentially like Uber Greed Ebonheart. That doesn't mean every Ebonheart deck is, but it's the deck that is, I need to ramp. No doubt he's got a ping. He absolutely has a ping. Problem that he's got is he needs to use that to stave off the 4/1 damage from going to his face, which it probably will do. No, BodyBag says you can have all of the magicka you want. I am going to go for your face. And honestly, it's great. Camlorn Hero, great to see him there. He is a great way. I remember when I first started playing this, I won probably at least a dozen games against various control decks with Camlorn Hero. I just needed that little bit more damage, and he did it for me. And it looks like BodyBag is going to claim the victory here. Tadkim unable to put the kibosh on the assault. Okay, moving on from the Fast and Furious BodyBagBeezy, we join Banana Schwaaard friends who, you know what, Banana Schwaaard, I'm beginning to wonder about your commitment to dragons because it's been a long time since I've come across a game with dragons, and this isn't an event or a gauntlet. So I don't know what's going on, sir. I hope you're doing okay. Nah, I told BodyBagBeezy after his game, I put too fast, too furious. And he said, you gotta live a life a quarter mile at a time. So anybody who's familiar with the Fast and Furious franchise, you'll probably get a chuckle. If you're not, you're probably like, talk about the cards, man. So I will. I will say this, though. Well, I mean, I don't need I will say this would mean, usually that comes after you say something derogatory or negative. What I mean is, even though we are, oh my goodness gracious, the Unfavored One. I remember that because the name Unfavored One is very distinct. And he might have been playing Banana Schwaaard the last time, and he might have been playing Giant Bats the last time too. I feel like that's a pretty good bet. But what I meant to say was, so even though we're not going to see Banana Schwaaard play dragons, we are seeing something, things like Seething Flesh Golem, Giant Bat. Oh my gosh! Mind-blowing strats! I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with it. You play the deck you've got. If that's one of your keys to victory, it's fine. I just remember that was a very tedious combo to run up against back when Shout Scout was a thing. It was always bring back the Giant Bat, bring back the Giant Bat. Somehow, in that 50-card deck, they always managed to get the bats out and get the healing from it. Banana Schwaaard, in these colors, well, I mean, there's actually a decent amount of drain in agility, but it doesn't have any in his hand. And those Seething Flesh Golems, unfortunately, as much as I love to see them, and as much as I want to keep seeing him played, right now they are kind of clunking up his hand a little bit. We know he's going to take 7 to the face from the Giant Bat. So he's not on borrowed time, but he is at best working with. Now, nope, just one short of making Mighty Conjuring a thing. He has to hope the Giant Bat comes down in the Shadow Lane, otherwise... Alright, he's gonna look, either he's gonna play it now, or he's looking at that as his closer. He's gonna try to get Banana Schwaaard down to 7 before he attacks. 6 or 7. Avoid breaking that last rune. Now there is an answer. And yep, there we go, Seething Flesh Golem. And I'm guessing there's a combo in this deck with, oh, the Skooma Racketeer. Skooma Racketeer is, she gives him poison and he wipes out the entire lane. Hopefully we'll get to see that at play here. I would love, love, love to see it wipe out the giant bat. But like I said, I think... Oh! We're putting giant bats in the graveyard! I wonder why. Might be too little too late. Queen Baron's Eye. Speaking of too little too late. There's one. And there's the other one. This is Deja Vu. This is Deja Vu. I don't know if it was against Manic Schwaaard, but... Ah, man. We take a pause from the brutal assault of giant bats to watch a friendly game. I might be Transmogrify?
Will shred your hide.
Bright moons light your
And it's Brave Carriad. We haven't got to see her in a while. But this is, a, by the way, reminder, friendly game. These two know each other very well.
This one will shred your hide.
This one thanks you.
And yeah, the repartee goes back and forth. And yeah, this must be...
This one will shred your hide.
There's a lot of hide shredding going on here.
Warm sands.
This one will shred your hide.
I would say there's almost an unhealthy fixation on the hide shredding at this point. Like I said, it's all in fun. Two friends. It's a casual match. I just want to take a look because usually they're playing fun decks. Skooma brackets. I'm almost positive this is a Transmogrify mirror match. Which...
Behold, my magnificent monster.
Maybe not. Actually, that wouldn't make any sense, would it?
May you walk on warm
I mean, it kind of would.
sands.
I mean, because Custom Fabricant, that came from an action. Crushing Blows an action. Reverberating Strike action. College Winter Hold, not a creature. Mage's Guild Retreat, not a creature. Golden Saint is the only one that is not an action. It does actually spawn a second card. I mean, it's not like the Vardvark where it spits out two Vardvarks. Golden Saint is a card, and she replicates if you're ahead. No, the Poop Stone! Not the Poop Stone! Oh, horrible days. Manic Jack gets crushed. It reminds me, any of you all see, was it Major League 2? The Harlow Doyle. He was actually a real baseball commentator, but they had him in as a character named, I think it was, oh no, wait, what was his name? Harvey? Crap, I'm kind of embarrassed. I can't remember his character name. I don't even actually remember he was considered like the voice of whatever team. Man, I really, Harry Doyle, I think that was his name. Anyway, he passes out because the team that he's broadcasting for is so bad that he just kind of loses interest and ends up drinking himself. So he tells his rookie companion, it's just this young kid, like an intern kind of thing. It's like, take over, Monty. I'm in the bag. And he just kind of passes out. And the guy's like, me? And he kind of gets up on the microphone. He's like, fly ball caught. So that was a long way to tell you a story that probably seemed very anticlimactic, but it was funny in the movie. Funny in the movie. That's right, it was so funny in the movie. I got a great kick out of it. Oh, the Custom Fabricant, that is Vincenzo, I believe, was the last one we did. I believe that is his... No. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. It's not Inu. Oh, the past is blurring together. I remember it's no, it was Inu, because Inu and I are supposed to do some commentary again together. I have not forgotten Inu. I have not forgotten. It's been crazy. I mean, this is just all I can do right now at the moment. There's a few things that I'm hoping to get off my plate in the next in the next month, actually. One big project and a couple smaller ones, side jobs and things. And once I get those done, and once I kind of rein in and figure out exactly what to do, because I don't need to tell you any more about that. That's boring. Let us continue to see Brave Caryad now with a significant lead. I mean, Raxon has the poop stone, has skooma, has the
Khajiit is very sorry.
arachnid spawning thing with the Hrothgar Forge, which is actually a very good... Oh, and got the ideal target there, too. I'm pretty sure this spits out... And I gotta believe Brave right now is loving life, because she loves these little guys. And that's when you don't get to see it very often, and it is in a premium. Not really doing a whole lot of sparkling, not a lot of blinging, but it is technically a premium. It is shiny. And it kind of looks like the other one. I think the other one, because it's coming out of an egg, it's you know, a baby, baby spooter. You know, maybe that's what makes it so precious, but wow. Another crushing blow. Oh, there's the skeevers.
Nicely done.
Rats. I hate rats. No, he hated snakes. Dad hated the rats. Indiana Jones. I don't know why I'm making a lot of movie references.
May the fates smile on Khajiit.
And as we know, Brave does like support removal. And so there was I'm sure, a giggle of glee or a feeling of euphoria when the poop stone got sent away. And I'm not going to lie, I'm happy to see it go too. The other ones, they're cool. I'm totally down. Poop stone. Oh. Just can't summon the love. Okay. Oh, wow. What a weapon for a... Wait, is it that... Does it have lethal? It does not. Never mind. I thought it had lethal. Lethal with the Staff of Sparks, that's the dream combo. And for the game to just RNG that. But it is not a lethal spooter. It is just a 4-1. I mean, it will still kill the 4-4, obviously. But if it was lethal, it would wipe out that whole lane. I mean, Brave's doing great. She's got a ton of cards. Raxon also, though, has plenty of resources to play with. Again, the challenge here, remember, is that creatures are either... Oh, yeah. Yeah, this has to be the Transmog, because even though we... Oh! Wow! Wow, you've probably been screaming at your screen. There's a Transmogrify! It's actually in her hand, right there! The suspense is gone, you know, for anybody who was doubting it or wasn't 100% sure, going, maybe it's right there. There's going to be some transmogrifying going. And now, see, this is a transmogrify mirror match, so both of them want to make sure they keep creatures off the board, because when a creature's on the board, when one of them gets that transmog, which I would say at this point, oh no, little support removal of his own, Raxon takes out the support. Yeah, is going to have to leave. Oh, no. Nope, okay. Big guy will no. Wow. Clears the board. Took a lot of cards to do it, but doing exactly what he needs, because, he probably assumes that Brave has Transmog, and unfortunately she can't play that big guy and Transmogrify. Another great pull for the Spooters. There's a part of me that wishes... I mean, you can't do it with a card game because it would just be way too complicated, but I would say creatures that don't have opposable thumbs should not be able to hold swords. I just think that's just silly. You know, in a fantasy world, we have to have some modicum of sanity, of reason, of rationale, and a spider... Well, now, I don't know... The Throne Aligned. We don't really know what the Throne Aligned is. That's kind of cool. Well, at first I thought that was snow effects, but it's probably some kind of ash or dandruff. Giant spider dandruff. How repulsive. Okay, so he left the Transmog. We are going to see it come into play here. Will it be Odahviing and wipe out Raxon's board? Or will it be Alduin and wipe out the board? Or will it be something less stellar? We will find out momentarily. Perhaps after the Skeever infestation. Wait, what? No! Okay, she's holding on to that Transmogrify, perhaps knowing now that she can play that and the Skeever Infestation anytime. She's being a little more... She's going to try to close it out without that, because she doesn't need it. There's the Skeevers. So now if Raxon has an Ice Storm... Well, no, the 7-4 still survives, at least now. But Raxon now has a ton of options. Oh, excuse me. And there it is. Now, his ideal certainly would have been to Transmogrify into Odahviing instead of having to play it outright, but the only card in either of their decks, I believe, that is unplayable without Transmogrify is Alduin. Since neither of them are really running enough dragons to speak of.
May the fates smile on Khajiit.
And Raxon does have a little bit, I would say it's a little bit of a... I mean, it's not harder per se. Well, yeah, I think it is, because Transmog is the name of the game, literally. And with a 3-attribute deck, he's guaranteed to have at least 25 more cards that are not Transmogrified.
May the fates smile.
So it's great. We've kind of wound down from shredding your hide. I'm shredding your hide. Oh, no! He called it not because he thought she was going to win, but because he thought he had the final blow.
Khajiit is very sorry.
Fell the mighty. Dagoth shined brightly and fell very quickly. Might need to use fingers just to make sure that... Oh no, okay. Oh no, Skeever's been shackled by a Spooter. Uh-oh. I mean, if he's running lightning bolts, those are actions. And one of them will do it here. Either way, it's been a great back and forth. Apologies have been sent at different points. And, oh, is that it? Was it a fatal mistake to leave the spiders alive? Maybe not, maybe not. Raxon reveals the unseen. Did he pull a charge? Or another, just one more bit of damage. I want to see a Transmog go off. But... Okay, Raxon isn't attacking, so... Unless maybe a Swift Strike, too, would also do it, obviously. It looks like he's out. So, more than likely, we're going to at least see a board clear here. It really just depends on what... Yeah, he wanted to clear that other rat because he did not want Transmogrify to come down. But that's going to be her way out. Now, she can play Transmogrify and Ice Storm. If Transmogrify doesn't get her what she wants... Oh, no! Oh, Brave, I'm sorry. Oh, that was a very disappointing... and even Fingers of the Mountain doesn't do it. Ice Storm? Ice Storm will do it. Okay. And it's really coming down to it. And Raxon, though, has that value generator, particularly in this game, and particularly now with Brave teetering on the brink with only 1 health. Every single spider that is able to be spat out represents lethal. Yo! Yo, Ricardo. Hey, yo, Ricardo. It's harder to do it when you got these in your ear because it does mess with your inner hearing a little bit. You can't hear. Am I going a little too low? Oh, takes away Drives Mad. Gives her Imposter's Mission. It's a great card to have if you do get your Odahviing down. Ooh. Wow. That... Okay, I think she's got enough. Rapid Shot. Into Fingers. Into Reverberating Strike. She, staying alive, staying alive. But boy, is it close. And another one. They just keep coming. She's gonna run out of removal here. Oh, the Skeevers. That Ice Storm is gonna be huge as things stand now. Okay, she continues to get the removal she needs, but boy, okay, no more ring charges, so she can't play Mage's Guild with it. And she's just going to have to keep churning out the removal until it's all gone. And that's gonna do it. That is gonna do it. None of those are neutral. Well, I mean, she could play both fingers of the mountain, but that's pretty much the end of the road, as it were.
May the fates smile on Khajiit.
What a game. Well fought, Brave. Well fought, Raxon. Well played. And see, this is when I say, you know, keep playing. This is kind of what I mean. They're not laddering. They're not going crazy at it. You know, it's not. You know, it's not even, you know, casual. This is friends doing this. So, and I'm very happy. I've seen that. Boom, and the Spooter takes the win. And after that Transmogrify showdown, we jump in with Manic Jack, Battle Mage, the Duke of Mania. Duke of Mania. Oh, and the Ratway Prospector. Boy, she does not get enough play. She can be very, very good. I'm trying to sort out what I'm seeing here. This is not an arena game. Manic Jack is 59 legendary. First week, almost just over the first week of the season, already swimming in the top 100 of the legendary ranks. Fantastic. Up against Zeus Max Hallow, the college scholar.
I have many important things on my mind.
And Kana, the only thing he had on his mind was killing Skelly Boy. Manic Jack is going to need an answer for Lyra, Lyris. Perhaps a Death Hound.
If it wasn't valuable,
but I mean, that's not really an answer because she's still going to get a 5.
Well, what happened?
She's going to break a rune. Oh, there we go. Dawnbreaker on the Mudcrab Merchant for the salvation. I mean, Manic is still going to take 5 from Meccano. But things could have been a lot worse. That was an amazing pull. A legendary Dawnbreaker. Phenomenal. All right, Zeus punching him down to 10.
See about this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I see Haskell, I'm like, this got to be a meme deck, right? It's got to be a joke. I know some of you love Haskell. Oh, Gates of Madness. Okay, this is memery. This has got to be memery. So Manic Jack just kind of taking it easy. You know, I need to get the laugh track for that. That would be awesome. Well, if I had the time to go through like I used to do back in the day and just actually like crazy do an actual like edit, full edit, add in a laugh track for bad jokes, of which I have plenty. Works his way around the puppers.
Sorry it had to come to this.
And Zeus continuing to draw. Manic does manage to get a guard. Although right now I believe, was she a 2-4? Okay, so she will survive at the moment. Oh no, wait. What is this? Oh, Embassy Guard, okay. I mean, barring a weapon, she will be able to hold off at least.
You'll not be rid of me that easily.
Yeah, Vanna's Courier and Cloak actually is probably going to be
I will not waste words on one so ugly.
obviously a silence.
Nothing gets past me.
You're not a guard. Why would you say that? I don't understand. Nothing gets past me. You have no way to make that happen. False advertisement.
I beseech the gods.
I feel you, Manic Jack. I feel you. I beseech him right there with you. Oof, that stings. So Zeus just, I mean, you know, Manic could be kind of knitting it up a little bit, but Zeus just continues to get that draw, you know, fine draw power.
I didn't come here alone.
Battlesol Secret, could pure RNG win the day? Skeevatron. Jeez. I don't even know if this qualifies as a janky deck. This is just bizarre. Like, janky decks are, you try to make something functional and it doesn't come together right. As soon as you play, was it Gates of Madness or Halls? Gates of Madness. I think as soon as you play that, all bets are off. You no longer really have a game plan. You're kind of figuring it out as you go. It's almost like having a versus arena every single turn. Like you're drafting. Well, you're not really drafting. Okay, bad analogy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Surprise! The crab strikes. The doggo strikes. Manic's not going down without a fight. He's going to try to bring the total down a little bit, but he really... I mean, he could Swift Strike, which does get him down to 11.
Summoned again. Watch you.
Haskell, you are a grave disappointment. And you spawned a grave disappointment. Oh no! Swims at night. He's gonna draw 2 more. Could one of them be? No, if he had 1 more magic. Oh no, wait! Alfiq, he can play the Alfiq, is it? Oh, it doesn't even give him a guard.
Mushroom merchant, read my lips.
I gotta say, RNG was an ugly SOB in that particular game. I think every which way. I mean, Oblivion Invasion, that's what he gets from the crab. Ooh.
This episode sponsored by Malongu the Penitent. Brought to you by yours truly again. Sorry, I did 2 in a row. I got a little creative hiccup going again. A card that's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I actually do think the summon would be a nice effect. On summon, 1 cost, what is a strength attribute? Summon, if your opponent has the ring, steal it. After theft, opponent draws a card. So you're essentially taking away the early Magicka advantage of the ring, hoisting it if you will, but you are compensating your opponent. Your opponent gets compensated by being able to draw a card. So they're not going to have as much Magicka to play it, but they will have more cards to draw than you. So I think it does kind of balance out. It's not just an overt like, oh, I just get something and you don't. I think it does. You have to weigh that and go, okay, especially if you get later in the game and you go, okay, is it worth me playing this? Is it worth me taking that if I give them a card? Because Malongu which is Ungulum backwards, by the way. This is essentially a Ungulum palette swap with a little bit of a facial hair. Anyway, Malongu is, he's not guaranteed to come down at 1. I think he needs to be a 1 cost, and I think a 2/1 is okay. It's for stat-wise, because more than likely, he is going to come in later in the game. I mean, if you get really lucky, you get to play him early, you get this effect, and it gets an aggro deck or something, that actually could be helpful. But again, you're taking away a little bit of aggro's momentum, but you're giving them more fuel for the fire later on. So it is a little bit of a balancing act there. And that's really all I get to say about it. I just think to have something that interacts with the ring. Now, granted, you have to do an animation for it and see the ring go yoink and poof, and then reappear with you. But I just, like I said, I think it's something would be worth thinking about right now. The ring is not interactive beyond just being able to break the runes in it, but or the gems in it. But I think if you had a way to steal it, it would be something that would allow you to, again, shift potential advantage while also understanding that you're giving your opponent another advantage of another kind. It's a dynamic, something to think about. And that's all I got. Thanks so much for taking a gander, and back to the game.
And we're jumping back in with Manic Jack because I'm kind of curious. I want to see if he can do something. He only lost 1 rank from that last game, went from 69 to 70, I believe. Was it 59? Was it 59 or 69? I think it was 59. I would have remembered 69 because it's naughty. So yeah, so he lost 11 ranks. But that's all right. When you're playing a deck like this, you're not climbing at the moment. So Manic Jack is just kind of taking it easy. And so I figured we'd just see. Today is just a fun day. It's a light day. In your workout regimen, this is your, I don't know. What's a light? Like legs are not light, arms are not light.
Summoned again.
Cardio? I don't know. Goodness gracious me. Got to bed at 1 o'clock this morning and woke up naturally at 5 o'clock. Bit rough. So he's up against Alex Dream, which unlike his last opponent, well, first of all, Alex Dream, last opponent was was in the tower, climbing out of the tower. This opponent in the top 20 legendary, Alex Dream, the Gladiator. So we have a little bit of a difference there. Although it really is just a matter of when you catch somebody in their climb. If you're catching them at the beginning, they're climbing up from rank 4. They're at rank 3 now. They haven't played as much. Doesn't mean they're not as good. Could be a top 10 player that just hasn't got there. Because not all top 10 players have use the card back. I think K Fluffy, some others, I rarely ever see them run the top 10. I would be running it because I think it's a spectacular card. It's gorgeous. It looks really great. If I had it, I wouldn't run anything else myself. But once again, looks like, yeah, I think Manic Jack is coming up against kind of the same frustration that Card Shark Charlie and some others have, which is, you get to a certain point, you're like, look, I just want to have fun, and you end up against people that, I mean, it's nothing wrong with playing to win, playing hardcore. There's no harm in that, but it can be a little frustrating. That's why it's so fun to watch like a Transmogrify mirror match, because you got two players that are both going, hey, we're just here to have fun, to see what kind of shenanigans we can come up with, see how the game's going to go, try new things, try different things. So obviously we're seeing that from Manic Jack. Unfortunately, Alex is perhaps pushing, for that top 10, wanting to get to the top. Like I said, nothing wrong with that. But it makes the matchup a little less fun because you have a highly competitive deck in Telvanni against a crazy bit of memory from Manic Jack. It'd be great to see him pull off a win with it, though. I mean, Skooma Cat Whimsy doing good work, really giving him some great discounts. Unfortunately, I mean, we're seeing a unique legendary now, back-to-back plays. Really gets rid of the little Gabo, huh? Interesting. Thought he would have killed the 2-3. Wow. Manic Jack now needs only to push 8 more damage. Never mind. 12 more damage.
By the fires of oblivion.
By those fires. Hoping not to see a Sorcerer's Negation from Alex. With that amount of cards in his hand, though, I have a feeling one of the first 3... No! Oh! Okay. I have to retract a little bit. Well, I kind of do, kind of don't. Back in the day, old school, for those of you who, came into the game in between 2019 and 2021. Before then, I don't remember what has changed. Maybe nothing has changed other than people finding out the viability, but Singleton was always, unless you were Sir Prook, who for whatever reason always lost to Singleton. As soon as he found out they were playing Singleton, I don't know if it was a mind thing or what, but he just couldn't win against him. Almost ever. With that exception, Singleton was considered to be, even with those cool cards like Mordecai, really not all that great. Now, as we've seen from players like Tiago, you can do very well with a Telvanni Singleton Telvanni. So it's not necessarily typical Telvanni, but it is still very, very powerful, very good Telvanni. This is not a meme deck. This is not crazy shenanigans. We've seen from several players that a Singleton Telvanni list can be incredibly powerful.
I beseech the gods.
And Manic once again having to implore the deities, whichever ones may be listening. Unfortunately, he's not really catering to any of them with Gates of Madness and things. Well, I guess Sheogorath. Sure point coming down. The only advantage Manic Jack has now is knowing that he doesn't have to play around certain cards if he's seen them already. Because unless Alex brings them back, they are gone.
Care to make a friendly wager?
Excuse me, my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious me. Manic goes to college. Nope.
Nice try.
He schemes.
Go again.
Now he goes to college. I don't think I've ever heard that voice line properly. It does sound a little bit goofy. There's somebody in there who's not quite on pace with everybody, and his voice is a little bit
Get
odd.
them, Skywag.
Yeah, Skywag. Ha! Show him what for. Wow. Aldora is impressive.
Careful there, friend.
You want to give her the ward? The problem is that piddly little Thieves Guild. Oh, there you go. There you go. I was going to say that Thieves Guild was just going to pop that ward. I've done that many times. I'm like, sweet, I'm protecting him. And it's like, no, still going to take 9 damage. In that particular case. So what is he going to do? What has he got? Viper? Yep. Yep. I don't know why that took me a second. I was thinking snake, but I wanted to be very specific. And I will gain the Mordecai. Gain more life. No surprises there. Very true to form. He's going to keep the shear point on there. The only thing, Manic... Well, gosh, man, I really need to grow my vocabulary here. Alex being lower on cards, and that Gates of Madness coming down. It's anybody's guess. Skooma Cat. Now, I gotta say this. I may have to amend my earlier statement. This is not just a random jankiness. When you're playing the Skooma Cat Whimsy, you are still, it is 100% reliance on RNG, pretty much. But it is played with intent with Skooma Cat so that he is able to play oodles of cards.
See you in the next.
It's just the efficacy is what's in question here. Interesting to see if Manic can pull off a win against Singleton Telvanni. Probably not really wanting the life gain right now. He really wants to tempt Alex into breaking one of those runes. The other downside, I mean, the good side again about Singleton, once you realize you're playing against Singleton, you know what can be played. The problem with Singleton is they're going to run a lot of cards, especially in a Telvanni or any 3-attribute deck. They have a vast array of cards. You probably, at least 10 of them, you have not seen and probably cannot plan for or play around. It's very hard to play around Singleton because you never know at any turn what they could have in their hand. You know, when you're up against a typical Telvanni list or any deck that once you know what's going down, you can kind of figure things out. Oh, is immediately going to get a nice, probably going to cast out the Dreadlord. He may want that draw from Mage's Trick though. Wow, Manic Jack, what is that all about, huh? Why would you do me like that? You're going to pick the one card out of the 3 that I thought for sure you were not going to want. And now I look silly. As opposed to every other time where I look totally amazing and lucid. Alright, Manic building up a nice board, more importantly, a Ice Storm proof board. We know no mass removal. Alex, is it? Okay, he played Corpse Curse. Does he only have one Blagic? One Blood Magic spell? I think he only has one. Oof. Mummifies. There's one Blood Magic. Okay, he does have that. Oh, Red Year. What a bummer. It's like I can play the Red Year to trigger the action on my Mage's Guild Conjurer, but then I lose my Mage's Guild Conjurer. Yeah. Not worth breaking a rune when you know your opponent's going to be able to heal for that 4. I didn't realize that Manic had only broken 1 rune. I thought he'd had him down to 10 or something. I think was mixing it up with the last game. So really, and that Blood Magic Lord is just getting a ton of mileage. He is milking the teats of that Dread Magic Lord. Wow, Cinchi Tiger, I guarantee you, Alex did not foresee that coming down. And it is a beefy tiger. So Alex has... If he's got Drain... Now that's the other thing. He might actually have one more Blood Magic and it would be Drain Life. No, okay. He's got a Corpse Curse. I didn't see where that came out of him. He's only got 3 cards and I didn't even see where it came from. I was trying to see if that was okay. So that's all he has for. I mean, does Manic Jack just want to nuke the board? Unfortunately, he does that. I mean, Alex Will gets a draw from there. Oh, this is a knockdown, drag-eyed My words, they don't come out of my lips very well right now. I do apologize. I'm trying to make it work. Trying to make my little...
Try something.
Not willing to break that rune. Oh, but you got... Oh. very lucky. Manic is very lucky that Razzle did not take Myriad.
I seek Sothasil's knowledge.
And also lucky that he drew Myriad, that was what the madness gave him. Fighters Guild is going to, Recruit is going to hold Alex in good stead. And Clockwork City Poker, for that matter, both of them are guards. But really, it's hard to say. I mean, I think Manic has been angling at the aggression, but he hasn't really had the cards to do it. And it kind of, he's at the whim of the madness as to whether or not he actually can do anything. I mean, if it's spitting out cards like Myriad, you're in good shape. But I mean, next turn we could I don't know. Can you get a sweet roll? I don't think it can. Okay, well that's a pretty good thing. So Razum will not survive. Oh man. Oh wait. No. I was gonna say, if he had that and he could put Staff of Sparks on the Fighters Guild. All right. So unfortunately, Razum will meet his fate. Oh wait, will Staff of Sparks allow him to? It will. He will survive. Oh no, he won't. He's got. Oh yes, he will. Wow! Wow!
Feel the power within.
My brain, not working so good. I'm all aflutter. That's. Ooh! Wow! Well, I think Alex has gone through the only 2 resurrection. He had not reincarnate. What's the 9 cost?
Revive.
Reanimate. He's already played his reanimate. He already played Soul Tear. So I don't know that well, and Mana Marco would be for Manic's. Yeah, so I don't really think there's Memory Wraith is not going to be as good here as it would be against the normal Telvanni list. Razum's still putting in good work. And may very well, yeah, it looks like Manic is going to be able to turn the corner. He is up against 2 curses, a guard, and 3 cards that we're not entirely sure what they are. But, yeah, he's going to be able to lay down a lot here. I'm guessing we're going to see the Fighters Guild come out.
Keep Sothasil's people alive.
And more than likely, I'm not a betting man, but I'm pretty sure the Resolute Ally is going to whiff. Maybe not, but watch. Oh my gosh. I need to go to Vegas. Oh. Whew. So Alex might, depending on what he's got in those other 3, it's almost like Texas Hold'em. It's like, okay, what has he got on the river? Because right now he's got a potential to, well, I don't know, maybe I'm seeing too much of it. 2 curses and a guard is not necessarily going to get it done, especially now. Manic has Black Hand Messenger, Fire Breath, and Curse. There's another Curse. It looks like... Well, okay, he did have some reach, but it looks like he's going to take everything just to get rid of Myriad. So yeah, RNG came through for Manic in this game. That Myriad was a big deal. As was Razzle, which he got from Myriad. So yeah, it was all a Razum. Oh. Interesting.
A hard-fought victory.
Because Blackhand can kill himself, but that's what he's going to do here. He's going to get rid of the guard.
The day is yours.
That's all the writing on the wall. Good game, Alex, and good game, Manic. Adrian, P111111. P111. Haven't seen him in a long time. Long time watcher of the channel. It has been a hot minute. In fact, I didn't run it too many times. I ran it 3 or 4 times, but came up with good results. A warrior deck, an orc-centric warrior deck that he put together, sent my way. Sent me a lot of control decks, but as you guys know, I don't typically play a lot of control. I did play, I think I've played almost every deck folks have sent me at least once. Not because they're not good, just they're not my familiar. And we see Razzle again. I mean, he's pretty much become an auto-include. I don't know. Yeah, maybe even more so than Tazcad. I mean, he's definitely... I think... Obviously, Tazcad is a specialist. He is a breakthrough closer. Ooh. Dismantle. That's another card. I'm pretty sure I said it before, but that card... went from complete obscurity to almost ubiquitousness. Well, I don't think I'm using that word right. Could it be ubiquitous without being ubiquitous to something? It would be ubiquitous to whatever. Yeah, no, I didn't use it properly. Mea culpa.
Preparations have been made.
Interesting thing, though, here, this is a battle of the Titans. Emac attacks. Oh, nice. That's a nice little bit of rhyme there. Emac attacks the sadist. Second sadist we've seen here today. Braxton being the first. Ulfric's Uprising. I think somebody's been watching A-Ross. Ooh. Yoicks. That was a painful one. A lot of... probably better her than Razum, not going to lie, but still very rough. And Emac has taken the role of the aggressor, having broken that first rune, as I've said many times. He has made his decision. He has drawn his line in the sand. He has declared himself to be the aggressor, despite being a control Telvanni. And it is now going to be his goal to crush the face. And Adrian will try to survive and outlast. Is he going to mummify another one? Oh, and then he gets Razum and Asmod. Oh my gosh. And he is... Okay. So, big picture meta gameplay, very impressive, very devastating. Empathy for the player, for Adrian, so annoying. Like, that is the most obnoxious thing. If I had 4 freaking shriveled mummies in my hands, I would be a little cheesed off. I mean, I'd be like, man, I'm so bummed out. Things could have gone better, but what are you going to do? That's all right, though. Adrian is going to be able to spit out all those shriveled mummies. That'd be fantastic if he's actually able to kill with them. Emac no doubt has some ice storms, though, that will make short work of said shriveled mummies. Fresh start. I like that card almost in every deck. I know you're not supposed to put it in... Oh. Yeah, I feel like... I know. As I said before, and actually during one of A-Ross's games, just because you're seeing a lot of cards that have been played. I don't know that A-Ross runs Death Priest. I don't think he likes Death Priest. So I don't know that this is his list, but certainly Ulfric's Uprising, the Nixox quasi combos, it looks very familiar. But hey, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And unfortunately, wow, Adrian, worst luck I think you have with Emulating Blast. Got the worst ones done.
They'll move along. They don't want
but he is. I mean, he's got ways to keep alive, and Emac is starting to run low on cards. Unless he's got the Cat's Paw Fire Bloom combo in his hand or coming up, could be in some trouble here. As Adrian really now is almost back to full health, 2 runes lighter, but
Must I do everything
there's the
myself?
Cat's Paw. There's the Cruel Fire Bloom, son of a gun! I just get so tired of seeing it. Sorry. I shouldn't say that. As a impartial commentator, I'm not... Who said I'm impartial? We know I'm not impartial. I'm rooting for Adrian. Come on, Adrian! But my gosh, that just... I mean, you saw he had 3 cards in his hand. Maybe it was 4. And Cat's Paw. And that was just like, Bam. Manticora, Manticora. And we don't, I'm sure. Oh, excuse me. I would be very surprised if Adrian is not running at least 1 New Era and Guardians.
Awaiting your command.
I mean, if you're gonna run a control Empire deck, I feel like those cards belong there.
Cannot hide.
Okay. It's most likely going to eat an edict. And it actually is very apropos, since the edict is on the card art blasting through a dragon.
Forget about sea.
Oh, what is he going to yoink? Maybe Laneth? Laneth? I can never remember if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He does take Lanath. Probably the only card in Telvanni that... Well, not the only one, but one of the few cards in Telvanni that Empire is probably really missing. Alright, so we may see a squish. A squish. And thinking maybe the Phalanx Templar to keep that 2/3 from pulling another Cruel Fire Bloom. But we'll see. Manamarco. New Era. Tullius' Conscription. So Adrian's got all the tricks. He's got all the cards. So maybe he doesn't have Aelid Guardian. I should have looked. I feel like it doesn't have to be one or the other, but I think like you're either relying on them to close it out or you're looking at Conscription to close it out. I don't know that people run more than one. Hey, Blackworm Necromancer. Okay, so hey, that earns a thumbs up for freshness. Granted, he is going to get bitten by a Territorial Viper next turn. Because Adrian can do... Oh, no, maybe... Well... Just does a Conscription first. Oh, goodness gracious. Tullius is like, who's with me? Who's with me? Wait, well, it's Conscription, so I guess he's saying you have to come with me. Apparently, Tullius... Whoa, boy. That will be a spectacular way to finish this game out if we just see Tazcad and a Tazcad and a Tazcad and a Tazcad and a Tazcad. Yeah, that was the saddest. I don't think I've ever seen a one creature conscription. A 12 cost. That was a 12 cost assassin. Technically, oh, Mushroom Tower. Oh, and there will be betrayal. And there will be zapping. But again, Adrian's in the driver's seat because he is the, he's taken the role of, or he had been given the role of defender. Sort of Mushroom Tower. And Emac suffering the fate of many aggressive aggro, well.
Now you will see real power.
Got the end game. Overall, again, big picture, you like to see endgame cards coming in at the end, but knowing that it's random, it can be very irksome to be on the other side of the board and say, of course, you've got a ton of 2 and 3 drops, 1, 2, 3 drops, but you happen to draw the big ones. And Adrian looks like maybe now has gone on the aggression. I think because knowing that he's got those Tazcads in his deck, I think he's a little bit more emboldened to go for it.
Drown in the river of battle.
And Emac has his own checklist. He's looking to address that. Yep. The only thing is... Oh, wait. Nope, his mage does not get any bigger after this point. So I don't know if we'll see Tazcad or not, because he doesn't really have a... Interesting. He's not gonna kill the Blood Magic Lord, is he? Okay, good. Oh, Viper on the Night Talon. Okay, so he's got a Tazcad. Obviously, could be mummified, negated, and then lightning bolted.
Feel the power.
Okay, cast on a time takes care of that fellow. Could this be it? Could this be the end? It looks like it. It is.
This was a worthy
Good
contest.
game. Well fought, Adrian. Emac attack. Great. Oh, yep, see, got a Guardian as well. But Adrian just looking to finish it off after a well. Okay. What are you going to do? Well done. Well done, Tazcad, getting the nice finish off. And we have Frequency Rising to close out today's episode. Chosen of Akatosh.
The Night Mother.
Running an Ebonheart deck slay, no doubt, as we see the Night Mother there. Up against Wood Elf Guest.
What have we here?
The Forgotten Hero. Seems harmless enough. Really hoping we don't see an invade card come down. And we don't! Skaven Pyromancer. And not a particularly deadly one. Sometimes those can be backbreakers. Really just depends on the game. He comes down against the right deck. Maybe you've got two, there's 4/1 orcs. Of course, I can't remember their names for whatever reason. Really ruins your day.
You have met your end. Behold my brilliance.
Interesting. I wonder if he knows he doesn't have to do that? Probably knows. Probably doing the 3/5 to give him some longevity, keep him in the game. Surprised to see Night Mother down already. I mean, granted, Thieves Guild can't really do anything. That's really the only thing you can kill. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. So now he's really hoping Wood Elf feeds him cards a la going face.
You've never
Because right now he's a long way from where he wants to be. Ooh, and Tyr. That's a rough card to see on turn 4. Brotherhood Assassin. Unglum has some crazy. He has some deal going on with the Brotherhood, because those are usually they summon surprisingly fast. Although times like this you don't really complain because it works out well.
I'll kill you where you stand.
Right, he is feeding cards, but boy, yeah, no, he's shifting into high aggression and frequency. Oh, that is a huge one. Now, granted, I would not. I mean, I'm sure Wood Elf. Opts instead for the complete lane clear, which is good because, as you've seen if you've watched me play, sometimes you bank all of your. Oh, big whiff from the deformed little turd muffin. I'm sure that the zombified Homer Simpson, I think, is kind of his deal. Hey, Marge, I didn't get any actions. That's a horrible Homer Simpson. All right, Squish the Wimpy, fantastically paired with the Dark Seducer. Problem with Dark Seducer, especially up against a Willpower, there's so many ways to remove it, and I mean, of course, probably running Earthbone Spinner. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. You go, I've got this game locked down. I got my Dark Seducer, and they've got a way around it. And there are so many creative ways to get around a Dark Seducer. Not usually when I'm playing against them, but when my opponent is, they come up with all kinds of creative ways to make her irrelevant. But Frequency playing very well there and playing to proactively take cards out and continues to do so. Might see Gortwog, yeah! I believe that was an Inu inclusion. I'm not saying that's where Frequency got it from, but I remember that was the first time I saw him being played in an Ebonheart deck. Because he really is, if you have no way to remove him, as Wood Elf Guest currently does right now. Oh! And what a pull. That might trigger a concede from Wood Elf Guest. It probably would from me. And granted, he has a way to get rid of it with Gold Brand. But that 8/8 is going to be a big problem. Gortwell goes down, but he triggers once, which is more than that poor guy usually gets. Laneth. Second time today we see her coming down. FrequencyRising could very well have a Mana Marco, which would make use of her. Okay, so Wood Elf is looking to get rid of the Night Mother, so Dismantle or the Douche, more than likely. I mean, it's not anywhere close to triggering. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to sleep well tonight, folks, not going to lie. But Frequency has a douche of his own. Kapow, he seems to say. Eat my arrow, he emphatically cries. And I was about to say now Frequency's torn as to whether or not he should go face, but like we've seen K Fluffy and others do, even when playing control, you go, you know what, now's the time. I've got the board, I've got a lot of options in my hand. So let me go ahead and shift into the aggressor. Play that Dark Seducer. Never mind. Alright. He does still have another squish for emergency purposes. But yeah, that Night Mother is going down. No! Okay, does he... Okay, I thought he was going to take the douche. Like, do you know the douche can't do that? So... Yeah, now Frequency... This is a bit of a tough call. Do you keep the board clear? And he decides to do it. I agree with that decision. It would have been a tough call, but despite Wood Elf Guest hovering over this quite a bit to I guess maybe he's looking going, okay, I still have 6, and he may very well be sitting on a douche.
Our Lord.
Sometimes the phrasing is kind of comical. And he uses the squish to get rid of Manic before any harm can befall her, putting himself in a really great position with the health total. Soul Tear for, let's see, what would be his best bet to bring back? Probably Gortwog, to be honest. And there is the support removal. Okay, yeah, no, that's a very timely removal. He was sitting on that waiting. That's probably why he was eyeing the Night Mother, because he was holding on to the Belly G. Specifically, now I don't know. Maybe he top decked it, but I have a feeling he. Ooh, that's dangerous. Unstoppable Rage. To be honest, I didn't think of it until as soon as he shackled him. I was like, wait a minute. Oof. It's just not something you think about, especially if you're running what I don't know if Frequency is. I would imagine he is. Okay, so he's got either another Belly G or wow, okay, kudos to Wood Elf Guest with the Dominion
You can
Nicely
tell them
done.
you thought of it.
Singleton. Don't really see that very often. And boy, golly, how are we seeing... I wonder if you can... I guess you could technically run a Unite and Singleton. Kind of interesting. Very hard to pull off, though, I would imagine. Challenge? Put out there. Laid out there. Somebody play a Singleton Unite. Means you gotta find the Unite. The one copy you can run. And it looks like Frequency's really betting on Night Mother. I mean, 2 away. I mean, if he had a squish... I have a bad feeling that Wood Elf Guest is sitting on support removal. Oh, no, wait. It would have to be the douche or dismantle. Yeah, it's coming down this turn. It has to. Unless he doesn't have it, in which case we may see a concede here. If both those creatures die, buddy, you're gone. I think. Does it deal 20 damage? Yeah, he's dead. Okay, not quite. We'll take out the Gortwog and keeps those creatures alive. I mean, the giant's going to die, and if Frequency can find a way to squish either of those creatures, we're going to see a magnificent... Oh, no! Wood Elf is dancing around it. Oh, now that's really great. Now, he's in a bit of danger here. Oh, so close. I totally forgot you could do that.
I do not.
Okay. I was going to say, yeah, he's actually in danger. Let's see, 13, 18, 19. Yeah, he's in a precarious position there. But now if Wood Elf Guest was sitting on support removal, he's got to decide. I mean, obviously, he has to...
You took a wrong turn, stranger.
I mean... What's going to happen? Ah! So he is going to be able to do 18 points of damage. He needs 6. And unfortunately, right now... Oh, no. Yeah, so this is like a chess game. Wood Elf can't kill the snake because he loses. But if he doesn't kill the snake...
Your heresy. I sing the
There's a way around it. And no. Is it? He needs a squish. He just needs a squish. No. No. Oh, Frequency, I'm sorry. We were this close to seeing the Night Mother go off. I mean, credit where credit's due. Woodell found a way. But man, that is frustrating. I feel your pain, Frequency.
Thirsty.
I feel your pain. And with that spectacular but crushing game, we will have to close out this episode. Thank you to Frequency and all who have played. Had a lot of fun watching like the Transmog matchups and the crazy Manic shenanigans and everyone else who played. So thank you very much. Thank you for everyone watching. And until next time, oh, by the way, that's right. Remember, I forgot to say it early in the video. Remember, tournament this weekend, Sunday. Register or be square. It didn't rhyme. It didn't work. Whatever. Hopefully, unless something goes crazy, I should be able to have a nice window of time where I'm going to spectate the tournament. So I'm going to have to get a roster and see who's in it and who's mixing it up. But hopefully I'll be able to see you there. So keep playing in tournaments. Bye.